Hello everyone, O.A.K here from the Overwatch archive knowledge base Watchpoint O.A.K. I'm back today with our debrief of Tracer London Calling Issue 2. Let's roll! The issue opens with a look back at the events which led to Tracer getting her chronal accelerator. I really liked these panels. We got a look at Tracer when she was a bit younger, and this insight that she was always late to things, even though she was pretty fast. Something that will echo through the rest of the pages to follow. Tracer makes her way to Iggy, and we're introduced to an Omnic called Case, who, along with his mates, is pretty hostile towards humans visiting the Omnic home in the underworld. It's a nice nod for Tracer to bring an LP of Iggy Pop to Iggy herself, and we get an insight into how some Omnics feel about living alongside humans and their culture. Some fear they lose part of themselves by embracing elements of human culture, where others feel being sentient and living together is being able to enjoy and appreciate their respective cultures. We also learn that Iggy is still in need of parts to repair the grid that helps to connect the Omnics of the underworld. We then see Tracer at home with Emily doing some online shopping for illicit technology to help the Omnics to repair their grid. Emily poignantly observes that only 7 years ago humans and Omnics were working together to build Turing Green, and now it feels news articles go out of their way to paint Omnics as villains, even for the most minor of crimes. Tracer gets a parcel from Winston, and I have to say I really chuckled reading Space Ape as being the name of the sender. The next few panels we see the divisions between Omnics in the underworld. Iggy advocates for trusting Tracer to help them, while Case remains hostile to the mere notion of human assistance. Out on the street, Iggy bumps into Tracer, and while Tracer has the part needed to repair the grid, more faults have arisen that need more help fixing. Iggy also explains that she's been looking for Tracer as she has a message from Mondata. We get a nice introduction to Mondata, who I have to say is one of my favourite figures in Overwatch lore, along with most things Shambali. We learn about Takata Mondata and the spiritual awakening of the Omnics that would become the Shambali deep in the Himalayan mountains where they meditate. The Shambali are fascinating, not only on account of their Buddhist-esque spirituality, but their belief in equality between humans and Omnics. Tracer makes her way to Mondata, and we learn that he remembers her bravery from his rescue during the King's Row uprising. Mondata ruminates on the simmering tension between humans and Omnics, that Tracer's role in this is to be courageous and to help fight for the peace and harmony both sides need and deserve. Before leaving to address the gathered crowd, Mondata powerfully reflects, "The movement cannot be stopped, Tracer. We are not machines, not humans. We are messages. We are ideas." The events that follow mirror those of the animated short Alive, a link to which you'll find in the description. During Mondata's address, Tracer becomes aware of trouble on the roofs. She races up a stairwell and finds Amélie Lacroix, better known as Widowmaker, in a position to try and assassinate Mondata. Tracer calls it, alerting Mondata's security to the threat while she runs down Widowmaker. Iggy, concerned about Tracer, rushes off and finds her fighting Widowmaker. Tracer attempts to hurl a pulse bomb at Widowmaker, who shoots it, causing an explosion on the roof that knocks Tracer into the air and falling towards the ground. Widowmaker lines up her shot, taking aim at Tracer's chronal accelerator, and to avoid being killed, blinks from the path of the bullet, but in so doing, enables Widowmaker to land the fatal shot on Mondata with the very same bullet. Mondata dies at the door of the car, and we see Iggy's view on this, and her anger that from her view Tracer could have stopped this, but seemingly didn't, leaving the Omnics to wonder why she wouldn't sacrifice herself to save one of their kind. Tracer is left injured on a rooftop, with Widowmaker escaping into the night on board a Talon jet. At the end of the comic, we're given a tease of the next issue below a sketch of Case addressing a large group of Omnics. In the wake of Mondata's assassination, the Omnics of London grapple with grief, anger, fear, and despair. As Tracer races to repair her damaged chronal accelerator, Case gathers the Omnics of the underworld. He says the time for Mondata's message of peace is over. Now is the time for war. So there we have it, folks. I enjoyed this issue on a few levels. I like that we saw some of the events that encapsulate the live animated short, and love that we get to see and learn a little bit more of Mondata. We got a lot more flavour for the tense situation in London, the divisions and animosity that in many ways plague our own society today. I can't help but feel that Mondata's words as much speak to their world as it does our own. I enjoyed seeing more of Tracer and Emily's relationship as well, and also that we see Winston and Tracer were in contact even before the events of Recall. So, thank you for listening everyone, and I can't wait to dive into the next issue and share our next debrief with you all. Until then, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Invest some talents in that bell icon if you want notifications and sheds with your fellow Overwatch or Talon agents. Until next time folks, take care, and remember, the world could always do with more heroes.